What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the MannyKay Way. Today's video is going to be about the 5 ways that going inwards and introspecting can help you and create change in your life. So if you're interested in figuring out how you can step into a place where you can really look at the things that are going on within you and step into a place where you can create change in your life, then this video is for you. First, I'm going to introduce myself like I always do. My name is MannyKay Way, MannyKay for short, and I make weekly videos on self and spiritual development. Let's get right into it. We never have any time to waste. So the first thing I want to talk about is that checking in with yourself and really getting into that level where you understand that you need to build a relationship with yourself and talk to yourself, especially when you're going through things in life that you're not really sure about, or you're dealing with a hard time. Maybe you're dealing with things like anxiety and depression. When you don't look inwards and you don't really look at why you're behaving in the ways that you are, it really sets you back and sets you off course in terms of your goals and the things that you want to do. The reason why stepping inwards can be important as well is that you get to step into this place where you empower yourself to really be as strong as you truly are and step into your power. 2 things that I want to mention before I get into the 5 ways that introspecting and going inwards can really help you have to do with the fact that it gets to be a habit. It gets to be something that you put into your daily practice or your weekly routine so you can really learn to have that conversation and relationship with yourself. I want to put out there that it takes time and it requires no distraction and really a quiet place for you where you can feel grounded and really look inwards. If you have distractions and you have stimulus and things going around that are going to not allow you to get into that deep state of understanding, you won't really face your fears head on and you won't really fully be able to understand what is going on within you. So the first thing I want you guys to take note of is that it takes time to build this practice and this habit, but it's really important for you to invest that time in yourself so you can step into a place of being able to quickly turn on that switch when you want to look inward and really face the things that are going on within you. The next thing I wanted to mention is that it's very important for you to write down exactly the conversations that are going on within you. Whether that means you're intentional about what you want to figure out during this conversation that you're going to have with yourself, or if you want to sit down and really write the goals that you have decided that you want to work on, or whatever is coming up for you. Writing these things down is going to be really supportive for you when it comes to looking back at those things and figuring out what are the things that you're good at and what are the weaknesses. Where are the gaps in what you're trying to close in your life so that you can transcend forward and put yourself in the place that you do want to be in life. With that, let's get right into the 5 things. I'm going to just list them off right away. So the 5 ways that introspection really do help you is by giving you power and strength. It allows you to step into a place of self-fulfillment. It gives you freedom. It also allows you to step into this place where you step forward and move on from things that you are holding on to. And it's also a great tool that you can utilize to become an amazing leader. Let's get right into the first one. So strength and power. How does introspection and looking inward give you strength? It gives you strength by you realizing that you are in control of your life. And when you look inward, you are in control of the destiny and the things that you cause and create. Having this conversation with yourself allows you to acknowledge that we all have fears and we all have faults and we all have weaknesses, but the fact that you're able to look inward and face those things head on puts you in a very powerful position. You're doing something that not a lot of people do or take the time out of their schedule to do because it's something that seems scary. Self-acknowledgement is the first thing that is necessary in order for you to really beat those fears and stop those stories that you create in your brain about why you can't do something. So introspecting and looking inward really gives you strength and really empowers you to be your highest being self. The next thing I wanted to talk about is that it also helps you move forward and move on from things that have held you back. So when you look inward and you realize, hey, I'm not doing this thing in my life because I'm holding myself back in this way because that one person said this one thing to me that one time when I was 5 years old. And ever since that point, I've never done the things I wanted to do because I thought that it was wrong. When you look inwards and you realize that that one scenario that you had when you were 5 years old has impacted you, and now you're 30 years old and you really haven't stepped into this place of the things that you wanted to do, you realize that you want to move on from that, and you realize you want to step into your highest potential. So what conversations can you have with yourself, and how can you be a mother or a father to your inner child in that moment and tell yourself it's okay, and those things that were said to you weren't the truth. You are your own truth, and you have the things inside of you to become exactly who you want to be. So how can you have that conversation with yourself and move forward from it? That's when writing down whatever's going on inside your head is going to be really important, because having clarity around the situations that have held you back and how you can move on from them is going to be something that you want to revisit, because nothing changes overnight. When we have traumas or we have certain things that happen to us when we are younger, the only way to really give it the attention it deserves to fully heal and transform is when we really allow ourselves to process it. So writing that stuff down and coming back to it, or becoming more observant of how we act on those things in our day-to-day without even realizing it, is going to be super helpful for how we want to shift and change. So looking inward can also help us move on. The next thing I want to talk about is how looking inward can help us feel more free. When it comes to feeling free from looking inward, this goes back to that idea of realizing that we are in control of our thoughts and that we are observing them. So when you recognize that everything that's inside of you that is holding you back is not you, and you actually have control of those things, you start moving and shifting in a different way. And you realize that a lot of the things that you've wanted to do in your life have actually not happened because you have been standing in your own way. So when you have this conversation with yourself, you get out of your own way. When you're not in your own way, there's a clear path, and you have so much clarity and freedom surrounding how you're going to create the things that you want to create in your life. So the third thing, and the third way that introspection really helps you, is by allowing yourself to be your freest, wildest expression of yourself, because you've decided to look inside and really see the ways and the things that are holding you back, and how you can really shift out of those things to step into your power and your full potential. The next way that looking inward really empowers you is through self-fulfillment. So when you look inward and you realize that there's so much noise inside of there that doesn't really belong, and you decide to let go of it, or you decide to start using other tools in your toolkit like breathing and meditation to really allow you to release the things that you're holding on to, because you realize that you want to let go of them, you start really feeling this inner sense of harmony. And that inner sense of harmony allows you to feel fulfilled just by being yourself. And when you start looking inwards to feel like, hey, I'm actually doing this thing that not very many people do. I'm conversating with myself so I can be better. And you start noticing the things in your day that you're actually succeeding at and that you're good at. You start stepping into those places that you authentically thrive, and your life starts to flourish in ways that you never thought possible. So looking inward and really allowing yourself to embrace all the things that you succeed at and that you're good at allows you to feel fulfilled. And sometimes it doesn't even have to do with things that are related to your career. It can be the simple thing that you did when you went to the gas station and you saw someone and it looked like they needed some help and you helped them out. And then really patting yourself on the back and being like, hey, like I saw something that wasn't really working right in the world and I wanted to step in and be the source of transformation and change. When you do that, empower yourself and look inward and be like, hey, I get to feel good about that because I'm causing and creating this ripple effect in the world of positive energy. So that fourth way that looking inward really helps you thrive is the fact that you get to feel fulfilled, that comes from you just being you. It doesn't need to come from a job or a career, the things that you are creating. It can just come from you being you. The fifth and last way that looking inward and introspecting can really support you and your success in life, any way that you define it, is through leadership. If you're the type of person who wants to be a leader, if you're the type of person who maybe runs a company, or maybe you do a lot of volunteer work and you're always organizing and planning events and doing that sort of thing, when you decide that looking inward and introspecting is a tool that you can use for yourself to thrive, you really start to flourish and grow in ways you never thought was possible. When you check in with yourself and you realize, hey, this is something I could do better, or this is something I did great at, what are my gaps, or how can I expand this to even thrive even more? You start seeing how you're stepping into that place of leadership and showing other people how they can be leaders. It becomes super empowering for yourself, but not only for yourself, right? For the collective as well. So quickly, I'm just going to go over the 5 ways that looking inward and introspecting really can support you and your growth and everything you want to cause and create. Those 5 ways are: strength and empowerment for yourself. It helps you to move on and let go of things that are no longer serving you. 3, it helps with self-fulfillment and feeling positive about the change and the energy that you are creating in the world. 4, it helps you feel more free and helps you embrace your wildest self. And 5, it helps you become a better leader. I hope you guys got some value from this video today. If you did, go ahead and like and comment down below. I love you guys so much, and I love to hear where you guys are tuning in from. If you guys have your own processes that you have created in your life where you have started to look inward and you really feel like they're supporting and helping you, I know people in our community would love to hear them down below, so definitely comment. And if you haven't hit that subscribe or notification bell, go ahead. What are you waiting for? I would love to see you guys build this community up and help each other grow. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you guys so much. Peace out.